Hello everyone. So let us see the second problem in variational principle. Before that, I would like to state one result over here. The result is in the variational principle as applied in quantum mechanics, one minimizes the integral I is equal to expectation value of Hamiltonian, which is integral minus h bar square by 2m psi star del 2 psi plus v psi star psi dq bar subject to a normalization condition psi star psi dq bar is equal to 1. Show using integration by parts that one can also use the expression I is equal to h bar square upon 2m del psi star into del psi plus v psi star psi dq bar. So instead of this formula, we can use this formula. I will not prove it over here, but it can be easily proven. So what changes we are getting over here? This minus sign here there is no minus sign, and instead of del 2 we are getting two dels, that is del psi star into delta psi. So this is for three-dimensional. Of course, for one-dimensional the formula could be reduced as h bar square by 2m d psi by dx, and its square since there is multiplication over here, plus v psi star square and dx. So this will be the formula for 1D, and this same formula we will use to solve one of the problem in variational principle. So what is our problem? So problem is the estimate the ground state of 1D SHO using trial wave function. So I of x is equal to c e raised to minus alpha mod x, where alpha is a variation parameter, and here is one formula also given us to use to solve this integral. So as we know, our first aim should be to calculate the normalization factor, which is capital C. So overlap of psi with itself should be equal to 1. This is normalization condition. This implies c square minus infinity to infinity e raised to minus 2 alpha mod x dx should be equal to 1. Now since we know the property of mod x, it is minus x for negative values of x and plus x for positive values of x. So what we will get? C square minus infinity to 0 for negative value of x, this mod x will be minus x, so this will be 2 alpha x dx, and for 0 to infinity it will be e raised to minus 2 alpha x dx, and this should be equal to 1. This is the easy integral to solve. C square e raised to 2 alpha x divided by 2 alpha minus infinity to 0 plus e raised to minus 2 alpha x divided by minus 2 alpha, and this goes from 0 to infinity. This minus sign we can push it over here also. So just substitute the limit. What we will get? C square e raised to 0 is 1 upon 2 alpha minus 0 minus, if we put infinity over here, it will get 0 minus 1 upon 2 alpha. This should be equal to 1. Okay, so what answer we get? So c square by 2 alpha plus c square by 2 alpha is equal to 1. So c is equal to root alpha. That is the answer we get over here.
So we already calculated what is c is. It is root alpha. Therefore psi of x can be written as root alpha e raised to minus alpha mod x. Okay, and now our aim is to calculate the energy as a function of parameter alpha, which is nothing but the expectation value of Hamiltonian operator. Okay, so we know what is psi, and we know how to write h in a different form, which is easily solvable. So that we have seen before starting this problem. So I can write this h as h square by 2m, or this rather expectation value of h as h square by 2m d psi by dx whole square plus v psi square dx. Okay, so this form is used because it is easily solvable, because instead of double derivative I have to take the single derivative only. So let us just take the single derivative first, but we know here it is mod x, so our the limit will also split. The integration limit will be splitted from minus infinity to 0 and then 0 to infinity. So let us just split the limit first. And also this from because of what is this psi is, it is root alpha, the constant factor, and since it is squaring, the constant factor will become alpha. So I can write down this as h square alpha upon 2m, then minus infinity to 0, it will be d e raised to alpha x, because x has become minus x, dx whole square dx. Okay, so this is first term. Also the second term will be 0 to infinity d e raised to minus alpha x divided by dx whole square dx. And we know what is v for a simple harmonic oscillator. It is half m omega square x square. So here also limit will get split. X square e raised to 2 alpha x dx plus 0 to infinity x square e raised to minus 2 alpha x dx. Okay, so here what I can do, I can just find out this derivative. It will be alpha e raised to alpha x and then its square, so it will become alpha square e raised to 2 alpha x. Now since I can just substitute x is equal to minus x, okay, then this dx will become minus dx, and this e raised to minus 2 alpha x, this term will become e raised to minus 2 alpha x. Okay, and this limit will become infinity to 0. But the minus sign in front of the dx I can use to change the limit from 0 to infinity. It was infinity to 0, I use this minus sign to change it from 0 to infinity, and therefore this integral will be same as this integral. It limits 0 to infinity e raised to minus 2 alpha x. Here also I will get e raised to minus 2 alpha x because this derivative and its square, and dx will be same. So I can write down, instead of this 2 term, I can write down 2 into 0 to infinity e raised to minus 2 alpha x dx, and don't forget this alpha square and this alpha, it will become alpha cube. Okay, and here also same thing, I can replace x with minus x, so x square will remain same. This term will become e raised to minus 2 alpha x, and the limit will change from 0 to infinity if I use the minus of this dx. So this can also I can written as 2 into half m omega square, and this integral 0 to infinity x square e raised to minus 2 alpha x dx. Now beginning of the problem, in the problem only we have been given one formula already, x raised to n e raised to minus ax dx is nothing but n factorial divided by a raised to n plus 1 if the limit is from 0 to infinity. And I can compare this equation with this integral with this integral, and I can see the n is 2 and a is 2 alpha. So for this integral my answer will be, instead of n I will have 2 factorial, instead of a I will have 2 alpha raised to 2 plus 1, that is 3. And this integral is also easy. We know it is e raised to 2 alpha x upon 2 alpha and limit from 0 to infinity. Okay, and after substituting limit I will just get 1 upon 2 alpha. Okay, so both the integral we have solved, and just substitute their answer in this. So what we will get, x square, this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled, h square alpha cube upon m, this 2 and this 2 is cancelled, into 1 upon 2 alpha, plus here this 2 will get cancelled, m omega square into 2 upon 2 alpha cube, so 2 m omega square upon 8 alpha cube. Solving it further, I will get h square alpha square upon 2m plus m omega square upon 4 alpha square. Please note that this is E of alpha, and you know I have to minimize this E of alpha and get the value of alpha and obtain E minimum, which will be the approximate ground state. Okay, so let's continue our calculation. So D, let us just write down again what was our E of alpha. So E of alpha was h bar square alpha square upon 2m plus m omega square upon 4 alpha square. Let us take its derivative, dE by d alpha, which is nothing but h square alpha by m, and here it will be what is 1 upon alpha square's derivative minus m omega square 2 alpha cube. Okay, and this should be equated to 0, and therefore so it will be h square alpha raised to 4 upon m is equal to m omega square upon 2. This gives me alpha as alpha raised to 4 as m square omega square upon 2 h bar square. So this will, so what will be the alpha square? So m omega upon root 2 h bar, or alpha will be only equal to plus minus, since other two values will be imaginary, so we don't need that. And of course we will use positive value only here, so that the normalized wave function will obtain. So we will use only positive value of alpha and calculate E minimum, which is nothing but just substitute the value of alpha into this expression. So it will be h bar square by 2m, and what is alpha square? It will be 1 upon root 2 m omega upon h bar plus m omega square by 4. Alpha square is in the denominator, so it will be root 2 h bar upon m omega. So finally we will obtain, so we know 1 h bar will get cancelled over here, 1 m will get cancelled over here. So finally what we have, h bar omega upon 2 root 2. Okay, and here we know m omega 1 omega will remain, so omega h bar, and this root 2 and 4, so I also have 2 root 2. So finally we will have h bar omega upon root 2. So this is approximate energy of the ground state of the 1D harmonic oscillator, and we already know what is the exact value of energy for 1D oscillator. We know we represented the energy of 1D oscillator as n plus 1 by 2 h bar omega, and for ground state it is gives h bar omega by 2, and from using the trial wave function we obtained this value. I can't say it is very close to the actual value, but somewhat we at least got the power correct. It doesn't differ much, so just a 1.41 factor. So so this is the power of variational principle. At least approximately we can just and this trial wave function, we have taken very different function from actual function, and still we obtain somewhat closer value. So in the next problem we will see, in the next video we will see one more problem in variational principle. Thank you.